Welcome back, my fellow mobile gamers of YouTube. My name is Unbroken, and this is my weekly breakdown of the 3 most interesting mobile games I've played this last week. And in today's episode, I'll be covering one of the best casual games I've ever played on mobile, a challenging 2D action platformer, and a new solitaire card game from the developer of Card Thief and Card Crawl. So strap in and let's get started with today's first game, Unbroken Soul, which is a fun 2D retro pixel art action platforming game where we fight and jump our way through hordes of enemies and challenges across 9 regions while trying to unravel what is honestly quite a mysterious story. Now, each of this game's 9 regions are split into smaller sections that we complete with our sword and our bow, with then a unique boss waiting at the end of every region. When we're done fighting and before we enter a new region, we can spend coins earned through gameplay at various NPCs to upgrade our equipment, abilities, and even buy potions that improve our strength until our next death, and this is how we progress and become stronger in the game. The controls work decently well with both joystick, D-pad, and Bluetooth controller options. My only gripe is that it's easy to misclick while navigating the settings menu, and that can get kind of frustrating. The graphics and the art style are very retro, but they aren't exactly stunning. But the unforgiving level design though and the obstacles provide a fun and challenging experience, very rich in depths. The game is relatively quickly completed though, even though we will end up dying a lot, but there are thankfully multiple difficulty settings to pick from to make the journey take just a tiny bit longer. Now, there are actually 2 versions of this game, both on Android and on iOS. Unbroken Soul Lite is a free game that monetizes through occasional forced ads between levels, which can be removed through a $1.99 in-app purchase. And then the non-Lite version of the game costs $2.99 and offers the same content, but just without the ads and the additional in-app purchases. The game can be played offline, takes up just 49 MB of space, and while it isn't groundbreaking, it is worth checking out if you enjoy action platforming games. The next game I played this week is Gnomitaire, which is a new, simple but challenging solitaire card game from the Card Crawl and Card Thief indie developer Arnold Roars. As with most great card games, the rules of Gnomitaire are simple and very straightforward. With 4 cards on our hand at a time, we must distribute 16 randomly generated cards into 4 columns so that there is 1 heart, spade, club, and diamond type card in each of the columns. Sounds easy enough, right? But the tricky part is that each card tells us which type of cards we can place on top of it. So in order to win this game, we have to figure out the correct order in which to place these cards in each of the 4 rows. There are no time limits in the game, so we don't have to rush it, but the game still quickly becomes incredibly challenging, especially in the expert and the challenge game modes. The graphics are simple but unique, with a style that matches the developer's previous games, and the only downside is that the gameplay does become repetitive rather quickly, although to be fair, that is the case with any type of solitaire game. Gnomitaire is a free game with no in-app purchases, and while the Google Play Store suggests that there are advertisements in the game, I haven't seen any myself so far, so I think they are disabled, at least for now. It can be played offline, it takes up 120 MB of space, and if you're looking for a fun and unique solitaire card game, you gotta check this one out. And then for what is my favorite game of the week, UnpuzzleX, which is the 3rd installment in a series of fun and relaxing logic-based puzzle games, where we must undo a jigsaw puzzle by tapping the pieces that are not blocked by other pieces. Throughout 250 levels, the game introduces no less than 17 unique puzzle pieces that each function in a unique way when we tap them, making for a deep and engaging gameplay experience. There are also no tutorials, which I very much appreciate, since everything is just learned by doing and the difficulty is nicely balanced. UnpuzzleX is also a very casual experience, with both hints and options to skip levels entirely if we don't like them or we can't find the proper solution. Now, what I found really interesting about this game is that because there are 2 different game modes, each of the 250 levels can actually be completed twice, while providing a very different puzzle experience, and that's a very smart way to get some extra hours of fun out of essentially the same content and the same levels, just with 2 different game modes or 2 different game rules, I guess you could say. There's even a dark mode as well, by the way, for playing in dimly lit environments, for example while you're in bed, which is very rare to see in a mobile game, and I very much appreciate that as well. The game monetizes through occasional ads between levels, and it feels like there are more ads than in the predecessors, unfortunately, but they can still be removed through just a single $5.99 in-app purchase that also unlocks all levels immediately and gives us unlimited hints. The game can be played offline, it takes up 56 MB of space, so it's a very small game as well, and if you enjoy relaxing logic-based puzzle games, this one is a must-play. So that was it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you'll subscribe and leave a like on your way out if you did. And then, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.